Brody's Cause on the outside. Final furlong of the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity. Brody's Cause a final try. Brody's Cause and Corey Lannery a tremendous run. Brody's Cause at the 16th pole. Brody's Cause in front. Brody's Cause for Luis Saez to win the Toyota Bluegrass.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Spa Babies, presented by Spendthrift, the Breeders' Farm. This Spa Babies race will be contested on Friday. It's race number 5. We're kicking off the pick 6 with maiden special weight 2-year-old fillies going 5.5 furlongs on the main track. Let's take a peek at this field, and you'll see that our sponsor, Spendthrift Farm, is represented by the sire of the number 3, Drop a Hint. That sire is Into Mischief, one of the top stallions in North America. We're going to take the field in post-position order, and I'll try to give you as much information as I can regarding pedigree and trainer intent and sales information and workout information so that you can make an educated guess. These 2-year-old races can be very, very difficult to handicap with limited or no form on display. Again, kicking off the pick 6, you'll have a chance to look at the tote board, and you're going to want to check the early money for horses and connections that ordinarily might not take early money or any kind of money in a 2-year-old race. That is often a sign that the 2-year-old is live. We'll begin with Todd Pletcher and John Velasquez. You don't worry about watching the board with these guys because you know they're going to take their share of money. Apurate is a daughter of Summer Front. This is a first crop stallion that really excelled on the turf in his career, was a multiple grade 2 stakes winner on the turf. Apurate was a $95,000 buyback in an April sale after breezing 2 furlongs in a pretty swift 21 3/5 seconds. Apurate is the first foal out of a sprint-placed dam that earned a 47 buyer top. That dam is a half-sister to Azar, who was a grade 2 stakes-winning turf router as a 2-year-old for Todd Pletcher. If you go way back in this female family, you'll see grade 1 winning dirt router Twilight Agenda, who was second in the Breeders' Cup Classic. But all in all, I think this pedigree is geared more towards turf than anything else, and Apurate's really going to have to break from that inside post position. It was nice to see that she showed speed during that 2-year-old in training sale. I just wonder if turf is going to be her forte down the road. Pletcher wins at 20% over the past 5 years with 2-year-old first-time starters in maiden special weight dirt sprints at Saratoga. The ROI, though, kind of low. Everyone's on Todd with these horses, $1.29. The number 2 is Good Shabbos, and Good Shabbos has prior racing experience, as we'll see from this performance at Monmouth Park, where she went off at 7-5 for trainer Jeremiah Engelhardt. She broke out just a little bit, and then going into the turn, pressed the pace 3 wide and in between horses, got herded down towards the rail in the late stages, as you see, but I thought it was a game effort, only getting beat a nose, earning a respectable 68 buyer speed figure. She is a half-sister to Engelhardt's talented Avinu Malkano, who was 2 for 4 as a 2-year-old and earned a 93 buyer top, going a mile and a 16th. Munnings, the stallion, certainly can win with 2-year-olds. He gets 17% winners with all 2-year-old runners. Good Shabbos sold for $190,000 as a yearling and is out of a dam that was a stakes winner on turf. She did win on dirt, however, and the dam has foaled 2 winners from 3 runners, both of those winners occurring at age number 2. Engelhardt wins 15% with second-time 2-year-olds in maiden special weight dirt sprints. I like the debut from Good Shabbos. I think she showed decent enough speed. I think she is in a good spot for her second lifetime start, and I think if she benefits from the experience, she's going to be very tough. She's one of 2 horses that I'm really thinking of focusing on in this pick 6 wager. The number 3 is Drop a Hint by the Spendthrift stallion, Into Mischief. This is a half-sister to a stakes-winning dirt sprinter named Dancing in the Circle, who earned an 88 buyer top. She's also a half to a 5-time stakes winner named Imply, who was a juvenile debut winner and earned a 90 buyer top routing on synthetic. She is also a half to a stakes-winning synthetic router named Advert, who also was a juvenile debut winner. So there is precocity and some speed in this family. Drop a Hint also sold for $250,000 as a Keeneland September yearling, and the dam was multiple stakes place sprinting on the dirt. She was a 2-year-old winner and earned a 98 Beyer top. The dam's foaled 5 winners from 7 runners, 3 debut winners. So again, there's a lot of precocity in this family. The dam's a half to a stakes place dirt sprinter that also won the career debut as a 2-year-old. And this is the family of the great horse of the year, Holy Bull. So there's a lot to like with the 3. Drop a hint, right? Well, there's always something that makes you question whether you should play a horse like this. And the legendary D. Wayne Lukas, Hall of Fame trainer, one of the greatest trainers of all time, has just not had much success, as we see with this formulator fact. Over the past 5 years, with 2-year-old debut runners in maiden special weight dirt sprints at Saratoga, Lukas is 0 for 23. So drop a hint, might need a race. The Lukas first-time starters seem to do that, but she is so well bred and has so much speed on the bottom of her pedigree as well that you might want to consider underneath in exotic wagers, 15-1 on the morning line for drop a hint. The number 4 is Lata Ott, going out for trainer Steve Asmussen. This one sold for $110,000 as a yearling and is by the hot first crop styer Tapiture. Now, Tapiture was a multiple grade 2 winner on the track. He has gotten 5 first-time starters from his first crop already, clicking at a 33% rate. The dam was fast. She won 3 dirt sprints. She earned a 77 Beyer top, and while she didn't win in 2, she placed in each and every one of her 5 2-year-old starts. The dam has foaled 1 sprint winner from 1 runner. The dam's a half to a 2-year-old grade 2 winning turf router named Spring Venture, who was a juvenile debut winner, and the dam's also a half to a multiple stakes place sprinter named Swift Artist, a 2-year-old winner that also did some good work on the turf. Here's the formulator fact for Steve Asmussen. Over the past 5 years, with 2-year-old first-time starters in maiden special weight dirt sprints at Saratoga, he's winning at 20% with a big ROI, $4.17. You see a very quick gate workout at Keeneland on June the 26th for Lata Ott, and I think she's probably going to be ready to roll for her debut. I'm certainly using her in any kind of multiple race wager. The 5 is Bird Tycoon. This is a Mary Lou Whitney homebred. It would always be wonderful to see Mrs. Whitney in the winner's circle at Saratoga. This filly is by a sire named Graydar, who does well, 12% with juvenile debut runners. He's average, I would say. The dam only raced once in her career, sort of an ill-fated debut. She was vanned off, and she was able to be saved as a broodmare. She's foaled 1 route winner from 1 runner. The dam's a half to Birdmaker, who is a grade 2 place dirt router as a 2-year-old. Did earn an 87 Beyer, however, sprinting on the dirt. The dam's also a half to a stakes place sprinter named Chichaco, who earned a 77 Beyer top. This is the family of Kentucky Derby winner Birdstone, Kentucky Oaks winner Birdtown. Ian Wilkes only 7% over the past 5 years with all 2-year-old debut runners in maiden special weight dirt sprints. And something tells me that this filly might appreciate a little bit more distance down the road. The number 6 is Vast, and this is a Claiborne homebred and a half-sister to a very fast horse named Sour, who won her first 3 starts as a 3-year-old, 91 Beyer top, just a very good multiple stakes winning dirt sprinter is Sour. Now, the sire, Lee, was probably good at a mile and slightly longer distances. He won the grade 1 Don Handicap at a mile and an eighth. He is 0 for 6 with his 2-year-old first-time starters in 2019. This dam was a 2-year-old debut winner sprinting over a sloppy track, earned a 70 Beyer that day, has foaled 5 winners from 5 runners, but none of them won at 2. The dam's a half to several good stakes winners named Cease, who earned a 102 Beyer routing in the mud, a stakes-winning sprinter named Total, who earned a 94 Beyer speed figure on dirt and won 2 races as a 2-year-old, and Barrier, who was a 2-year-old grade 3 place dirt sprinter who won the career debut. So there is certainly pedigree here for Bass. Being a half to Sour, we would expect this horse to have some speed, but much like Drop a Hint, she's trained by a fantastic Hall of Fame trainer that doesn't win first out. Here's the formulator fact for the great Bill Mott. 0 for 35 over the past 5 years with 2-year-old debut runners in maiden special weight dirt sprints at Saratoga. Vast is the kind of filly that might need a race, another horse that I would like to see come with a late charge and might be best used on the bottom of exotic wagers. Pure Wow was the number 7 going out for John Terranova. This is a half sister to Once on Whiskey, who won the Los Alamitos Derby going 2 turns. That horse has earned an 86 Beyer top. What I like about Pure Wow was that she was a $17,000 buyback as a weanling, and that impressed some folks, selling for $150,000 as a yearling. The Factor, the stallion, wins with 12% of 2-year-old debut runners. The Dam was a stakes place dirt sprinter, earned an 84 Beyer top. She has foaled 1 winner from 1 horse to race. The Dam's a half to a 2-year-old stakes place dirt miler named Enticed, who earned a 78 Beyer top sprinting. The second Dam was a stakes winning dirt router, earned an 89 Beyer top over a sloppy track. Terranova only won for 19 over the past 5 years with these 2-year-old debut runners in maiden special weight dirt sprints. These workouts give off sort of mixed vibes for me. I'm going to take a wait-and-see approach, as I wrote in my closer look for this race in Friday's DRF. Completing the field is the number 8, My Last, First Kiss, who is a daughter of Flatter. She was an $85,000 yearling who sold way up for $250,000 in March after breezing 1 furlong in 10 and 2. Her sire Flatter wins 14% of the time with all 2-year-old runners. This Dam was a 2-year-old stakes place dirt router. She earned a 77 Beyer top sprinting on turf, so she was a very versatile runner. She's foaled 2 winners from 5 runners. None of them have won at 2. The Dam's a half to a multiple stakes place dirt router named Winiliscious, who did earn a 100 Beyer top. We watch the career debut was at Churchill Downs, so we don't have the replay for that race. She was bet down to 5-1 in a pretty full field. She just didn't break. She broke 2 lengths slow. She ended up last on the rail on the far turn. I thought she greenly swapped leads a little bit early, and then she just didn't fire. And I don't think it was a disgrace at all, because the winner of that race is a very promising horse who just won by 10 lengths and demolished the competition. My Last, First Kiss should benefit from that effort. Here's the formulator fact for trainer Anthony Quartarolo. Limited positive data over the past 5 years with second out 2-year-olds on dirt. We got 20% winners and a positive return on investment. If this filly breaks, I would certainly expect some improvement, and I think she probably will run a lot better than she did in her career debut. But for me, in the pick 6 and in the Spa Babies race, it's as easy as 2-4. I like Good Shabbos' debut at Monmouth. I thought she ran really well. I think experience counts in these 2-year-old races. And Lada Ott, the number 4, the first-time starter for Steve Asmussen, who just always seems to have his babies ready to crank and fire first time out at this meet. I believe he had 3 2-year-old debut winners during the 2018 Saratoga summer meeting. So 2-4 for me in Friday's Spa Baby race presented by Spendthrift.